Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, and welcome to this morning's Convocation ceremony as we celebrate our graduates of applied degree, diploma, and certificate programs in the School of Business. At this time, I'd like to acknowledge the very talented group of individuals behind me under the direction of Assistant Professor Raymond Buree, who comprise the Macewan University Big Band. Let's give it up for the Macewan University Big Band. We'll be commencing our program in just a few moments, and in preparation, I would like to remind you that the Winspear Center is an acoustically responsive hall. We would therefore ask that if you are carrying any electronic devices with you, that you take a moment now to turn them off for the duration of the ceremony, or at minimum, silence them. If you are traveling with small children and your little ones become restless, the Winspear Center does have monitors in the foyer and lobby areas just outside of the main concert hall in which you can continue to watch the ceremony should you need to take a little break with your little ones. The university has arranged for a professional photographer to take photos of graduates as they receive their parchments this morning as they cross the stage. Information on how to obtain those photos will be forwarded to graduates at a later date. I'm sure you noticed that when you passed through the foyer this morning, you likely noticed the Macewan University alumni photo area. And if you have not already done so, we certainly encourage you to stop by and get a complimentary photo or two of you and your graduate at the conclusion of today's ceremony. However, should you wish to take photos of your graduates as they cross the stage, you are certainly welcome to do so. We would ask that you please move to the area to your right or to my left here of stage, and just gather in that area just in advance of when your graduate is expected to go across the stage. There will be ushers there to assist as this area does become quite congested. Today is indeed a wonderful and celebratory event as we recognize our graduates for their achievements here at Macewan University and as they receive their respective credential. Before we begin our ceremony, the Macewan University Big Band will perform a vocal ballad called Memories, written by Bachelor of Music alumnus Andrew Reed. It was written in 2015 to celebrate the first graduating class of the Bachelor of Music in Jazz and Contemporary Popular Music, and now remains a part of the legacy for the university and our convocation ceremonies. Ladies and gentlemen, the Macewan University Big Band.
So we could stay alive.
Let's give it up one more time for the Macewan University Big Band. Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, if you are able, I ask that you now please rise. At this time, I am pleased to introduce this morning's mace bearer, Associate Professor of International Business, Dr. Ediankara Murali Duran, or as he is more affectionately known by his students and colleagues at the university, Dr. Murli. Dr. Murli, who will lead the stage party, is carrying the university mace, which was donated to the university in 1997 by its namesake, Dr. Grant Macewan, and became the official mace in 2008. It is especially meaningful to the university as it was hand-carved by Dr. Macewan. Further information on the mace and other Convocation traditions can be found in your Convocation program. This morning, the university's faculty will be led by Distinguished Proctor Teresa Costoro, Associate Professor of Insurance and Risk Management. And finally, the Blackstone Drum Group will perform as our graduates process into the concert hall. Please remain standing now for the academic processional.
graduands, distinguished guests, members of the stage party, faculty, staff, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mike Seklich, University Registrar and Marshal of Convocation. Macewan University respectfully acknowledges that the land on which we gather in Treaty 6 territory is a traditional gathering place for many Indigenous people. We honor and respect the history, languages, ceremonies, and culture of the First Nations, Métis, and Inuit who call this territory home. The First Peoples' connection to the land teaches us about our inherent responsibility to protect and respect Mother Earth. With this land acknowledgement, we honor the ancestors and children who have been buried here, the missing and murdered Indigenous women and men, and the ongoing collective healing for all human beings. We are reminded we are all treaty people and the responsibility we have to one another. You may be wondering why some graduands have an extra tassel on their mortarboard this morning. Members of the class of 2018 have been making donations of $18 to our Pass It On campaign, which supports the Alumni Legacy Fund. The silver tassel is a token of our appreciation for their individual contributions to the Alumni Legacy Fund. This fund will provide scholarships to future students. So these graduates, who haven't even received their diplomas, are already helping the next class. Isn't that incredible? Thank you to everyone who has made a donation. If you still want to join in, you can visit the alumni booth in the lobby and make a donation and receive your silver tassel. And graduates, this campaign is all about helping the next you. So be sure to post your best advice and words of wisdom on social media using the hashtag #TheNextYou. Now please remain standing and in respect, remove all hats except mortarboards for the singing of our national anthem led by Ms. Katrina Souza. Thank you, Ms. Souza. Please be seated. I declare Macewan University Convocation open. It is intended to honor our 2018 graduates, and we are honored to have you present with us on this occasion. The word convocation comes from the Latin word convoco, which means to call together by summons. It is traditionally used in connection with ecclesiastical or academic gathering. Convocations are called for the conferring of degrees, diplomas, certificates, for special announcements, and for the recognition of outstanding achievements. So it is today that we call colleagues and friends together to honor Macewan University's graduates and award recipients for Spring 2018 Convocation. I will now introduce members of the stage party and representatives from visiting institutions. Members of the stage party, please remain standing once you've been called upon. An audience, please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. I would like to start with Board of Governors Chair Ione Shelbourne, President Deborah Saucier, Provost and Vice President Academic Pro Tempore Dr. Craig Monk, and Academic Governance Council Vice Chair Dr. Lynn Honey. Would members of our Board of Governors, Vice Presidents, Associate Vice Presidents please rise? I would like to now ask deans, associate deans, and members of the university's administration, as well as guests, to please rise. Representatives of each of our association, faculty, staff, alumni, and student, please rise. Will our Indigenous knowledge keeper and facilitator, Roxanne Tutusis, please rise. Mace bearer, Dr. Murley, please stand and be recognized. And will our distinguished proctor, Teresa Costeras, along with all faculty and staff of the university, please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your stage party. This is your university. Please join me now in acknowledging them with a round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated. For the Indigenous invocation, I would like to now call upon Ms. Roxanne Tutusis, Indigenous Knowledge Keeper and Facilitator.
Good morning, Roxanne. It's my honor to offer you protocol for the invocation.
Watie, tanse, kita tamskat naga kion tu temak, no aku maganak. Asami namsta hine nasku tenu tega pentum gawian. Kapega gi susta motak, egno quista gakio gagi sixna master gakio, xna magia quista. Depia wista gagi weta master kuma. Miup matsun hino goswin, gaga meta mahuma kita toskeno. Welcome. Hello, and I welcome you all in my first language, which is Plains Cree, and I'm so grateful to be honored to open in a sacred manner on behalf of the First Peoples of these lands. Again, I'm grateful to all the graduates, to all the faculty, and for this opportunity to offer prayer and honor the tobacco, the sweetgrass, and the sacred flag that's been presented to me to open in a sacred manner. So again, I bring a request for blessings from the Creator that we know to be very kind, loving, and compassionate, and the ancestors, that they come and bless this sacred space and this time here together in celebration. So I invite you all to pray with me in the way that's meaningful and purposeful to you, to open this wonderful day. So with that, ay hain mamutaw inan ksemantu. How ni musumpanak no kumpanak, how gista ata yuganak. Atanista mo ekskimtugok, kami wapi ko nit nistans ni hiyawigasun. How gakyoga wi etame, mstahin nenaskutin minu mageksewa tsunwao, ksaki tunwao. Kakyo mutanisnan, kape pitigoya, kakyogik, aya, kape gawigi six no master, wistam, stahin nenaskutin. How ektigistau, ten mauna ni mam tinetsgan nante hunnan exisumga gamitinan kita toskenwao. How nistanan timaxnan, mumsta higi wenex skatinan. Makian joskik skatino, tansisuma gesagame, geswitihia. Kape sawemia, exisumga gamitinan kita toskenwao. Exisuma, quesuma nisnan, gesiweitainan, egnoga kuti, uskawa sissak, egnogik wista witesgani taugetik. Magektanisnan, minana skip matsun, wiata ko sewin, papewin, exisuma, nga gamete nanoma, miup matsun, ino kosun. Exinisa isa nanas kumuan, kakyo no ako maganak. Again, Creator, God, Grandmothers, grandfathers of the Four Sacred Directions, again, I give thanks to you today, and I greet all that are here today for this wonderful celebration of these graduates. Again, I ask that you open up our minds and hearts for all that we need to do, thinking of the next 7 generations, that we leave a long-lasting legacy in all that we do. Creator, I ask that you bless those less fortunate than we, and bless each and every one of us that are here, that our home fires will be continually blessed and protected to continue to do your good works. I ask again for your blessings, and for each and every one that's here, that we will all take home blessings of health, prosperity, good fortune, and may we all continue to support one another, love one another, and helping each other succeed in all the different capacities that we serve you. With the things I ask and give thanks to you for all my relations. Aye, aye.
Thank you for that Indigenous invocation, Ms. Tatusis. I would like to now ask Ms. Parvin Sadigi, Student Board Member, to read the Macewan University Invocation.
Through learning, we flourish and help others to flourish. We stand here today on the brink of important change for ourselves and for the world. Inspired by the past, we now step forward to transform the future. Engaging with others, we cherish a diversity of experience within our communities and ourselves. Through perseverance, we excel. Through compassion, we connect. Through creativity, we thrive. Through knowledge, we grow. Through all this and more, let us forge a legacy to nurture, to inspire, to endure. Moved by the Spirit, strong in our knowledge, we move out into the world with open arms, open mind, and open heart. We pledge to leave the world better than we found it.
Thank you, Ms. Sadigi. I would like to now call upon Board Chair Ione Shelbourne to bring greetings on behalf of the Macewan University Board of Governors.
Good morning, everybody, and all of those who are gathered here today with you to help you celebrate. On behalf of the Board of Governors, I want to congratulate this class of 2018. We are also very proud of you and your achievements, and I hope that your pride equals ours. You worked very hard to get here, and we hope that you savor this day. This is a time to reflect on your many accomplishments. Be proud of them and own them. They are yours to savor. But I also want to talk with you a little bit about taking time to reflect on mistakes or failures. What was the most important or the most frustrating or embarrassing moment in the last few years when you've been at university? I know when I was at university, and in my family, I was kind of trained to think that a mistake or a failure was something to be perhaps ashamed of. The bigger the mistake, the more it might have approximated a crime without committing a crime. But understanding those experiences are some of the most valuable because they really do help us build resilience. I'm going to tell you one of mine. I really do think about this a lot because it has shaped much of my development. I come from a very small rural community, not far from Edmonton, and the distance is not so great in miles, but it was really great in terms of the culture of the community and the experiences of people who lived there. My family was one of about 20 who were in that community, and there were only 8 students in my graduating class at high school. My parents were the only ones in the community who had a post-secondary education. And I would be lying if I did not say that I felt a little smug. I felt I knew an awful lot if I didn't know everything. So when I moved to Edmonton to go to that other university, which was one of the only ones at the time, it was a shock. I had never had to navigate a place as large as that campus. I had never met as many people who knew as much as me and absolutely knew a lot more. So when I set out to go to my first class, it started at 8:30 in the morning. I left residence at 8. It didn't go as I had planned. I couldn't find the class. I wandered helplessly around the university. I grew more and more anxious. The minutes ticked by, the days ticked by actually, and I just became frozen. I felt very powerless. This went on for a couple weeks actually, and as every day went by, I felt sicker, more like I was a failure, and quite worthless. So every day I'd get up and I'd leave a little bit earlier. And after 2 weeks, I was leaving at 6 o'clock in the morning from the university residence to get to an 8:30 class in the Tory Turtle. That's about a 20-minute walk. And I stopped and I did ask people for help. I did have a map, but I actually didn't know that you had to place a map with the directions. I just stood and looked at it, and I saw where my building was, but of course if you can't situate it north, south, east, and west, you actually cannot find where you want to go. Reading a map was a skill that I did not have, because my hometown had only one street. There was only one direction to go, and any place was either one side or the other there. Eventually I did find the class, but you can imagine I had an awful lot of catching up to do, and my self-esteem had really taken a beating by that point. And I was not sure at all whether I would be able to be successful in university if I could not be successful with that one small task. Over time, my feelings of defeat and failure, shame and embarrassment diminished. I did learn how to navigate the campus. It didn't feel as big or confusing. I managed to pass the class, even though I was a few weeks overdue in terms of my studying and learning. I did get better at planning ahead. I did get better at asking for directions. By the time I graduated, that experience seemed a little bit insignificant, but it was very powerful, and it's only a small part of a much bigger story about finding my way in the world. The next chapter in your life is exciting. There will still be moments where you may feel defeat, you may experience defeat. You will make mistakes, for sure. There will be struggles. There will be times when you feel overwhelmed and out of place. But remember, when those things happen, you don't have to hold back on them. Remember what you learned the first time round. Apply those learnings to new situations. Use that perspective to help you through tough moments. You have already the experience of bouncing back, and you will bounce back again. The biggest lesson I learned was to ask for help. The next biggest lesson I learned is that when you ask for help, people want to help you. So get out there, work your hardest, don't give up, collect those experiences, no matter how embarrassing they are, along with your success stories. It's easy to put a success story out in the world, but when you put an embarrassing story out, it actually loses its power. It just helps you with your resilience. And when we talk about them, they make the whole package that much sweeter. Again, congratulations. Enjoy your day. Don't forget to thank those who've helped you along the way.
Thank you, Board Chair Shelbourne, for your wise words. on how we all can overcome obstacles and build resilience. And now, I'd like to invite Dr. Deborah Saucier to provide the President's address to Convocation.
Congratulations to each and every one of you. In a matter of minutes, you're going to walk across the stage and become Macewan alumni. And you'll leave this ceremony as our university's best representatives to our community, our city, our province, our country, and our world. As I look out on the sea of faces today, I know there are some pretty big dreams in this room. And I know that there are some real worries about the future and what it will hold as well. It is easy these days to believe that the world is a terrible place. And in reading this week, I learned that Deirdre McCloskey, Distinguished Professor of Economics, History, English, and Communication at the University of Illinois at Chicago, a woman who has studied the world at its best and its worst from many perspectives, wrote, "For reasons I have never understood, people like to hear that the world is going to hell and become huffy and scornful when some idiotic optimist intrudes on their pleasure." I'm that idiotic optimist, and I hope you are too. Why do people love being pessimists? Well, I'll tell you from my perspective as a neuroscientist, it's exactly because it is so easy. Your brain's most important job is to keep you alive. Your brain wants you to be pessimistic, so you're always prepared to protect yourself. At the most basic level, your brain is always thinking, there's a shark. But unless Macewan's biology profs have made a discovery that they haven't told me about, there are no sharks in the North Saskatchewan. Even when your social media feed says the world is at its worst, know that there has never been a better time to be alive. It's true. There have never been fewer wars. People have never enjoyed a longer lifespan. We have never experienced such prosperity. So how do we make the most of that? How do we make this world that's already at its best even better? No matter where the path you're on leads, I think fundamentally it comes down to values. Values are what guide us and keep us on track. And here are a few I hope you might include among your own. Values I hope were reinforced and that you take away from your time at Macewan. Be optimistic. Turn down the volume on your brain's shark warning system. Don't turn it off. There's a difference between taking risks and being foolish, but turn it down a notch. I know how important it is because it's something I have to do every single day. I stand here in front of you and I'm going to tell you something that people who know me know is true, but you probably don't. I'm an introvert. And when I agreed to become president of this university, it was a very deliberate choice of mine to accept a job that fundamentally takes me out of my comfort zone. If I'd stayed where I felt most comfortable, I'd be wearing Birkenstocks and jeans back in my lab right now, talking to my students and analyzing data. It sounds a little bit like heaven. I'd definitely not be in front of this group of people speaking to you. But staying in the lab would have never meant having the amazing experiences I've had over the last year being your president. It would mean I would never get to meet all of these amazing people, right? And hear each and every one of what you're up to's stories. I'd be missing out on so many amazing experiences. So I'm here to tell you, whatever it is that you dream of doing, I'm living proof that achieving those dreams is possible. How? That's my second piece of advice. Be brave. When I started my PhD, I was so shy, I couldn't even look anyone in the eye. I decided if I wanted to be a university professor, and let me tell you, my discipline is psychology and neuroscience, so the classes and introductory are about this size. I was going to have to get over this and actually start looking people in the eyes. So I practiced, and I practiced, and I faked it a lot. But in fact, in the end, it turned out I could look people in the eye. I could speak in public. Being brave helped a lot. I made mistakes. Things went wrong. I once had to give a lecture on color, and I had nothing except a piece of chalk. It's really hard with just white chalk to give a lecture on how color works, right? Big mistake. Try your AV system out before you have to give a lecture, right? But it was okay in the end. My students forgave me. They understood I wasn't the queen of AV, right? Be brave. It'll be okay. You're going to fail, as Ione spoke about, but you'll get back up because we've taught you well. You'll dust yourself off, and you'll learn something from it, and you'll do it again. Third, and the most important, absolutely most important value I hope you've learned from us or with us, is be kind. If you're ever asked to do something that fundamentally is opposite to your own values, decide whether or not it's worth it. And as you're deciding, know that no matter who or what you're dealing with, kindness is always the right choice. I can tell you that without hesitation, I have never regretted a decision I have made with kindness at its heart. When I say be kind, not just to other people, but to yourself. Don't take yourself too seriously. Even though the job I have today is the most serious job I've ever had, I take myself a lot less seriously than I did when I was sitting in your shoes where you are today. In my office, we work really hard and we laugh really hard every day. And that is the most amazing gift you can give to yourself. We often think that being kind involves this grand gesture. Well, and also floofy sleeves. But really, it's just as simple sometimes as reaching out to that one person you were thinking of today, dropping them a little note saying, remember the time we did this? I was thinking about you and I thought you should know. Whenever I've done that, I've had the most amazing responses back. People are touched when they think that they know you were thinking of them. Because at the heart of it, your life is going to be about people. It's about connecting to and caring for the people in your life. It's not universities that change the world. It's people, our students, that make universities the agents of change that they are. And I really can't wait to see the changes that the class of 2018 will make. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, President Saucier, for helping us understand that though we may be wired for pessimism, we should be brave and focus on the optimism. I'd like to now ask Dr. Rickard Enstrom to please provide the Convocation message to our graduating class.
Dear Macewan graduates, I'm honored to be here today at the 2018 Spring Convocation in celebration of your achievements. As I was preparing this speech, I recalled something that happened many years ago, and you could almost say in a galaxy far, far away. This was in 1978 or 79, over in Stockholm, Sweden, where I grew up. I was 9 or 10 years old at the time and in elementary school. Our teacher this particular day, and I remember it vividly, asked us kids to pick one flag that we liked and draw our interpretation of this flag. And guess what flag I picked? The Canadian flag. I still have this drawing back home on the wall. Now, why did I pick the Canadian flag? I'm not sure, but it could possibly have something to do with the fact that it looked quite different from all other flags. And maybe as well that Swedish hockey player Börje Salming at the time was making a name for himself in a team, and I don't know if I dare to say the name of the team, but it's Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm an Oilers fan, so no worries. So, 40 years later, I'm standing here in Canada at the Macewan Convocation, and it's indeed a thought that fills me with delight and wonder, and how could this happen? Now, before I go further into my speech, I would like to issue a couple of words of caution. You are indeed graduating today, there is no doubt about that. Even so, in about 3 or 4 weeks, and I speak from my own experience, you will enter into something like a rite of passage that can last for quite some time. And I'm talking about somewhat recurring and haunting dreams. And the dream has the same structure, that there is an exam left. In my case, it's thermodynamics. And I'm roaming through endless corridors, all looking the same, in quest for the classroom where the exam is running. I reach the classroom only to find out that the exam is running in another building, and I miss the exam. At this stage, I would typically wake up, take me a few seconds, and then I realize that I'm actually done with the exam. I managed to pass through thermodynamics. I hope that you will not have these dreams for as long as I've had. 20 years after engineering school, I still have them. But possibly one can learn something from this dream in the fact that we are truly never fully done. There's always room for personal development, learning new things, new insights, and new hobbies. And I think this is something we should all be grateful for. Back to my journey to Canada. As an engineering student, I learned about an opportunity to spend 5 months as a visiting student at the University of Victoria in Vancouver Island. This was a wonderful experience where the daily outfit consisted of sandals and shorts and t-shirt for 5 months. And you know, in statistics, we talk about inferring from a sample to population. And I did that too, so I thought that all of Canada looks like Victoria. My Victorian experience, as I affectionately call it, was in fact so riveting that when I returned to Sweden, I had made up my mind. I have to come back to Canada, maybe even for graduate studies. A few years later, I came to Edmonton as a graduate student, only to find out that Edmonton is not exactly like Victoria, but still very nice in its own right, and I've called Edmonton home for 17 years now. So as for my formative experience, I can assure you that applying to grad school and essentially sailing across the Atlantic Ocean is definitely contrary to my personality and outside my comfort zone as it is to stand up here today. Let me give you an illustration. When I was a kid, like many other kids, I had some tree climbing ambitions, but I tend to stop myself from doing that. Before attempting the tree, I would analyze the situation carefully. Something like the angle between the branch and the stem is not ideal, and I will likely hurt myself. Or there appear to be a weakness in that branch, and the distance between the two branches is simply too great to be able to climb the tree. And I arrived at the conclusion that this tree was not built to climb. Just to make sure that I have analyzed the situation correctly, I went back the next day, but again, I came to the same conclusion: I cannot climb this tree. About a week later, I walk by the same tree, and then I hear an angelic voice from above. And it is my 2 years younger sister sitting in the top of the tree, saying something like, "Hi, I'm up here and you're down there." Very disappointing experience, but I've since been able to forgive my sister, although it took some time. So my sister's approach was quite different. She just did it. She just did the impossible and then faced and solved the problems as they came forth. Now, if I hadn't gone to Victoria, and if I hadn't come to Edmonton as a graduate student, which is again very typical for me to do, I would not be standing here today and sharing my journey with you. I learned a lot from this, and I tried to formulate something here that has since become something like my guiding compass and philosophy of life, and I'd like to read it to you. Make something you have always dreamed of come true, and you'll end up materializing dreams you never even knew you had. On this note, I'd like to congratulate you on your achievements. Today is a day of celebration with your family and friends, but in doing that, don't forget that you have just embarked upon a fantastic journey with endless opportunities. And if one door closes, another door will open instead. You have every opportunity to carve out your own niche, something that brings meaning and purpose to you. So on this day, June 19th, 2018, I would like each and one of you for a favor. Please embrace these opportunities as they come forth. You will not regret it. Thank you for having me, and I wish you a joyous continuation of your day.
Thank you, Dr. Enstrom, for your personal message reminding us that after graduation, learning continues, and that we should pursue our dreams and seek out opportunities. And I'm happy to find out that I'm not the only one who has exam nightmares, even today. I would like to now invite Dr. Monk, along with Academic Governance Council Vice Chair Dr. Lynn Honey, to their respective podiums for the presentation of graduands and the conferring of credentials.
Morning, everyone. Did you spend at least some time during Rickard's convocation address with all those dates trying to figure out how old he was? If you're in the lobby afterwards and your phones are still turned off and your grandparents are here, you can ask them who was Borja Salmi. So here we've reached the transformational moment for you. Graduands, if you're able, please rise. On behalf of the faculties and schools of Macewan University, I present these graduands and those named in the Convocation program who are not at this ceremony. I ask that they be pledged and admitted to the Macewan University degrees, applied degrees, diplomas, and certificates which they have earned.
And I will ask you now to join in the Macewan University Graduate Pledge. The pledge is not an oath, but an expression of purpose to which you will respond, I will. Will you pledge yourself to use the knowledge, experience, and skills that you have gained at Macewan University to serve your community and the world faithfully? I love that part. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the province of Alberta, and upon the recommendation of Macewan University's Academic Governance Council, I admit you to the degree, applied degree, diploma, or certificate to which you are entitled. And I invest in you all of the rights and privileges, powers, and responsibilities pertaining to that credential. And now I bestow upon you this credential as a solemn trust, to transform, engage, and improve the world from this day forth, to teach and to learn from others, so that through your learning, we all may flourish. Congratulations. You may be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Monk and Dr. Honey. And now, our marshals will usher the graduates to the stage, and the Macewan University Big Band will perform a musical selection for your listening pleasure as graduates are being assembled.
Better chase all your cares away. Sing hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day. The sun is shining, come on, get happy. The Lord is waiting to take your hand. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. We're going to the promised land. We're heading across the river. Wash your sins away in the tide. It's all so peaceful on the other side. Forget your troubles and just get happy. You better chase all your cares away. Sing hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day. Your sins away in the tide. It's all so peaceful on the other side. Forget your troubles and just get happy. You better chase all your cares away. Sing hallelujah, come on, get happy. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Get ready for the judgment day.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the MacEwan University Big Band. We will now commence with the individual presentation of our graduates. We would like to remind you that if you wish to take photos of your graduate, to please come to the area at the right of the stage as we approach your graduate's name on the program. An usher will assist you to ensure the smooth flow of people in and out of this area. With the exception of those taking photos, we ask that you remain seated during the presentation out of respect for graduates and their families. Offering congratulations to each graduate, our board chair, Shelbourne, Dr. Honey, Dr. Monk, and the faculty's dean. Dr. Saucier will present each graduate with their credential on stage. She will be assisted by Associate Registrars Mr. Tony Norad and Ms. Michelle Fraser. Off stage, to your right, is Josh Morris, alumnus of MacEwan University. Mr. Morris will present each graduate with a gift on behalf of the MacEwan University alumni. I would ask graduates to return to their seats after receiving their credentials. And now, I'd like to call upon Dr. Wanda Costin, Dean, School of Business, to present graduates.
Thank you. I now present to you the candidates for certificate, diploma, and applied degree in the School of Business.
And now, presenting graduates receiving the Bachelor of Applied Business Administration, Accounting. Maria Chrislyn Asperas. Alexander Mackenzie Badri with distinction. Olaide Mojisola Balogan. Yvonne Tara Lynn Blake with distinction. Cassandra Janet Daniels with distinction. Vedran Brodavik Eminovic. Jinchi He. Kimberly Nguyen. And lastly, Lindsay Elaine Petruk.
And now, presenting graduates receiving the Accounting Technology Certificate. Shikenji Barisha.
Sahi Broshia. And lastly, Jose Cruz Peña Lopez.
And now, presenting graduates receiving the Accounting and Strategic Measurement Diploma. Xiaofan Ai. Joshua Carl Badri. Nikki Rejka Converse. Nathan DeLeon. Joshua Sudepan Dionisio with distinction. Ganhan Than. Jessica Fraser.
Ellie Jane Segun Garcia. Ivan Harry. Yasmin Hashi. Rakshana Akhtar Himi. Beatrice Loella Howes. Usra Erfan. Alicia Sherda Jarrett. Simranpreet Kaur. Nitin Kapoor. Caitlin Ledesma.
Nicole Ashley Lorica. Emily McDonald with distinction. Aras Madan. Oksana Makovic. Gil Andrew St. Cruz Mendoza with distinction. Olivia Viore Pearl Munaz. Dorothy Dieu Lin Nguyen. Trang Thuy Nguyen. Patrick Paul Pagarin. Priyaban Rajendra Kumar Patel.
Connor M. Pello. Catherine Petch. Fatima Kiran Prabhu Rajan. Venus Grace Marzan Ramondo. Clarice Manaai Rojo. Jessica Andrea Rojo. Nirbel Johan P. Samrakodi. Lurjan Sangela T. Piyumi Hamsika Temakun Mudalier.
Jonathan Michael Vandervelde. Sirangi Dilani Waragama Rajkaruna Naranathe. And that was Danning Yu lastly. Then who did I just do? Who's next? And now, presenting graduates receiving the Business Management Certificate. Joel Hehe Morales. Rohandeep Singh. And now presenting graduates receiving the Business Management Diploma. Ronali Almarvez. Vilma Yesenia Argueta.
Dilpreet Singh Baring. Naman Bekter. Sukhmeet Bhato. Jarwinder Brar. Sandeep Kaur Brar. Vivek Chadha. Hongyang Chen. Malcolm Verdadero Kudal. Cheryl Alcantara Darago with distinction. Manveen Kaur Dillon. Blake Norman Dixon. Lane Timothy Iwaschuk. Arshpreet Kaur Greville.
Harmandeep Singh Grewal. Samantha Lee Hittinger. Manjeet Kaur. Manpreet Kaur. Sumanjeet Kaur. Caleb Maurice. Sharmita Nandi. Merveille Ndaya. Kathy May Nguyen. Haley Autumn Nichols.
Jazkaran Kaur Nun. Sirat Kaur Otal. Amandeep Panu. Taurus Jan Paulak. David Joseph Plamondon. Saranjot Kaur Radhawa. Melid Delveli Rendon. Carmen Marie Runka. Sanmukdeep Singh Sahota. Astha Sharma. Husanpreet Singh. Jagrup Singh. Karanveer Singh. Sarabjit Singh.
Bhavya Soni. Cody Stephen Starling with distinction. Leobardo Ramses Velasquez. Ziyi Wang. And lastly, Rachel Marilyn Wee. And now, presenting students receiving the Human Resources Management Certificate. Abdullah Amir. Tara Lynn Brown. And lastly, Adeshveer Nirwan. And now, presenting students receiving the Human Resources Management Diploma. Catherine Sarno Brunel. Courtney Angel Caliu. Andrea Claro Numa with distinction.
Cassandra Angelica Felix. Simranjeet Kaur Gill. Haley Michelle Gillis. Gaia Gattari. Emma Manal Halabi. Jonathan Hooks. Sehej Sukhman Kaur. Manisha Katan. Yen Tui Teal Lee. Jennifer Morin. Shay Mary Aileen Parker.
Amel Kasem Rahim. Rayanne Kate Hamias Ramos. Priya Kaur Randawa. David Michael Routier with distinction. Suman Sharma. Panpreet Singh. Kimberly Laura Trepanier. And lastly, Corbin Ray Yaroslavsky. And now, presenting students receiving the Legal Assistant Diploma, Lynn Anderson. Harriet Atim. Hope Marie Bacalac. Aaron Ray Beaver.
Taylor Ellen Mary Bittman. Jiang Jiang Chong. Jolene Michelle Clark. Kristen Cheryl DeCock with distinction. Emily Victoria Dodsworth. Nicole Olivia Dunn. Malgorzata Galazka with distinction. Chris Jade Valoria Hufano. Rania Katan. Brittany Morgan LaRue. Lauren Elizabeth Manuel. Rio Ashton Miller.
Alana Sarah Colleen Phelan. Elisa Brenner Borges Rebello with distinction. Eunice Giselle Saria. Kylie Ann Tomlinson. Anna Natalia Tomchuk. Rena Lynn Veerman. Kimberly Michelle Wasilnik. Carly Michelle Wilson. And lastly, Jacqueline Marie Woodward. And now, presenting graduates receiving the Library and Information Technology Diploma. David Gerard Amrine. Mallory Rachel Bruinsma with distinction. Joshua Christopher John Carr.
Lindsay Teresa Commander Turnbull. Teresa Elizabeth Davidson. Atlas Eccleston. Milamem Gabar. Christopher Ryan Hoyt. Reagan Brooke Janke. Ishita Mukherjee. Brianna Courtney Sorensen with distinction. Brianna Dale Van Heis. And lastly, Lisa Charlene Don Waldo. And now presenting graduates receiving the travel diploma. Lastly, Sarah Jean Jones.
Now presenting a graduate receiving the Accounting Technology Certificate. Carla Veronica Snow. And now presenting a graduate receiving the Human Resources Diploma. Kiranjot Kaur. Lastly.
Shake these hands, eh?
I'll shake yours.
You don't want to shake them because it seems good. I now present to you those graduates from the School of Business who are unfortunately unable to be with us today, whose names are listed in the program.
Thank you, Dr. Costin. And congratulations to the graduating class of 2018. The presentation of student awards will begin with the Dean's Medal for Academic Excellence for the School of Business, and I invite Dr. Costin to present this award.
Within each faculty and school at Macewan University, we recognize the students whose academic efforts have propelled them to the top of their class. Let me be clear, I was never one of those folks. So this is a distinguished honor for me. The Dean's Medals are the highest academic honor that may be granted by a faculty and recognizes the exemplary success of an individual within his or her area of study. One award may be granted to a certificate or diploma program, and one award is granted to a degree program. This year's Dean's Medal, for the academic excellence in a certificate or diploma program for the School of Business is awarded to Cody Stephen Starling, a graduate in the Business Management Diploma Program. This next award is really special. This person not only has earned the Dean's Medal for Excellence in a Degree Program, but she has also been awarded the Governor General Silver Medal. This award is for the highest overall graduate grade point average in the school. I mean, just amazing, right? So I present to you, she is there, very good, just checking. Cassandra Janet Daniels.
Cassandra needed some help taking all that off stage. Thank you, Dr. Costin, and congratulations to both Cody and Cassandra. And now I'd like to ask Josh Morris, alumni representative, to provide a welcome to you, the newest members of the Macewan University alumni family. Josh?
On behalf of Macewan alumni, I'm honored to be among the first to congratulate you on this incredible achievement. This celebration is the culmination of an outstanding commitment to your hard work and success. Be proud of how far you've come. In your hands, you hold a physical representation of your achievements, a testament to your efforts, your difficulties, your motivation, and for some, your coffee intake. Your credential will act as a key, opening doors for years to come, but more importantly, the knowledge and experience you have gained during your time at Macewan will help keep those doors open. As a student, you've learned much more than just the content of your courses. You've learned independence, hard work, critical thinking, perseverance, teamwork, and leadership skills. You've learned to question things that don't make sense, to engage with your community, and to construct and express ideas to those around you. The experiences you've had at MacEwan will benefit you and your community for a lifetime. You have the chance to contribute to countless lives, to lift those around you who need your help, and to not only seize opportunities, but create them. Today, you join over 60,000 alumni who are making a difference in their communities here in Edmonton, Alberta, and around the world. As you move forward, remember what you've learned and know that the power to make the world a better place is within you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Morris. This brings us to the closing moments of our ceremony, after which alumni and their families are invited to join us for a celebration in the foyer. At this time, I would like to invite all graduates to express their appreciation to the people who have supported them through their educational journey. Would the faculty members please rise? Faculty members? Graduates, a round of applause. Would the family and friends of our graduates please rise? Family and friends, please rise. I know you want to do it. You've been sitting for a while. Please rise. Graduates, a round of applause. And now, in turn, I would like to invite our audience, faculty, and staff to join me in congratulating our graduating class of 2018! President Saucier, I invite you to close Convocation.
Congratulations to each of our graduates. We know this is a special day and we encourage you to celebrate it with your friends and family. And allow me to express on behalf of everyone here our appreciation to the MacEwan University volunteers who helped make this ceremony such a success. All of us at MacEwan are exceedingly proud of the achievements of each and every one of our graduates. I now ask that everyone please stand and remain standing during the playing of our legacy recessional composed by MacEwan alumnus Sean Bessie. And kindly wait until the graduates have left the performance chamber before you exit. Mace bearer, University Registrar, will you please lead the recessional? And I now declare this convocation closed. Yes.